everyone. So today we are going to learn about PubChem. So let's see what PubChem is. But first of all, let's see how to reach there. So the easiest way to reach to the PubChem chemical repository is to write PubChem on Google, and the first site will be PubChem. The URL of this website is https://pubchem.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. So this is a database which is made exclusively by National Library of Medicine, which is also heading NCBI, which stands for National Center for Biotechnology Information. So like other databases which are present in NCBI, PubChem is also a database wherein all the chemical structures which are present for and available for research are deposited in this database. So you can find a wide variety of information for the chemicals which are stored in here. So let's start. Let's see what all we can do here. So let me first take you to the database with an example. So let me write aspirin and I'll hit the search button. So the first entry which you will find here is for aspirin, and these are the compounds which are similar to aspirin. So we will click the first entry. So now the page has opened and you can see there are many options here also, and the page here can scroll down. So if I will click any of the options here, I will reach directly to that segment here. For example, I'll show you. If I will click the chemical vendors, so I'm directly reaching to chemical vendors. But let us start from the top. So this is the title and the summary of the compound we are looking at. So before I go forward, let me tell you what I actually meant when I said the chemical compounds which are available for research when I started this video. So you see, if you're a chemist and you are designing a chemical structure, and even if you're not a chemist, you will be able to understand it, that every chemical structure which we draw in our notebook doesn't necessarily mean that you can synthesize it in the chemistry workbench, isn't it? So these type of chemical repositories are specifically for the purpose of drug discovery. So this database, this PubChem database, only contains those structures, the information about those chemical structures which are synthesizable. And it also gives us the information about the vendors who can, from where you can order this compound in case you are researching on this compound. So let's start. So this is the PubChem ID for aspirin. So what is the ID? So ID, I am saying it is an ID, but you can call it as an accession number also. So what is an accession number? Accession number is a unique identifier. So next time when I come to this database, I do not have to write aspirin. I can simply write 2244, and when I will write 2244, I'll directly come to this entry. So this is how it works. Structure, you can see it is showing the structure at the level of 2D, 3D and crystal. So this is a 2D-dimensional picture. It is also a 2-dimensional picture, but it has a 3D graphics feel in it. And this is the crystal structure wherein you can actually rotate it. So now let's go down. See, like I said, you can rotate it. And this is just the 2-dimensional structure. So when you will come down, you will see the informations about the chemical safety, and you can download the MSDS from this site also. This is the molecular formula of aspirin. These are the synonyms with which the aspirin is known. So if you will click more, you will find more synonyms. This is the molecular weights, and this is the these are the dates when it was last modified, and this is the date when the entry for the aspirin was created in the PubChem database for the very first time. So the entry was created in 2004, and the last it was modified on 17th of July 2021, which is 2 days from now. So you'll be thinking why this date is so close. So the reason why I say they updated the entry, so what I meant was that I do not mean that they are going to alter the structure of the aspirin, but then there are many things you can see here from number 1 till number 19. There are many things, and if there is any new thing which is known about the drug, so it will be added to this database. So this is why every entry in the PubChem is updated on a daily basis. So they have written some theory about aspirin. If you are the one who is going to use aspirin for the first time, you can come here, read about it, and then make up your mind if you want to work with it or not. And here it is telling you the liver toxicity in case the compound is giving any sort of liver toxicity. Also, this is another database. If you will click it, you will go to this database. It is also a chemical repository. It is also a chemical repository. It is also a chemical repository. We will cover these chemical repositories in other videos. So for now, let's see the 2-dimensional structure and 3-dimensional structure. If you will click it, the appearance of the chemical structure will change. So now this is the information about the your chemical compound in the crystal structure database. If you will click it, you will go to that database, and this is the ID from crystal structure database. So these are the names in the identifier. This is the IUPAC name of the aspirin. This is the inch key. So this is also one of the formats of the chemical structure. So what do I mean by a format? See, whenever we are working in bioinformatics, we usually transport or we feed our data from one software to the other software. So let's say if I'm working with the chemical compounds and I need to download this structure and then I need to upload this structure, so then there has to be some format, right? For example, if you are working on a Photoshop software, so what kind of file formats do you want? .jpg, .tef, right? .jpg. So only these type of formats work with Photoshop. Similarly, in bioinformatics, whenever we are dealing with the protein structures and we are doing some sort of analysis on it, so we have some formats for them. So these are the formats in which the chemical structure can also be written, and these are called as smiles, and this is the molecular formula, and these are the other identifiers. This is Cas number, and this is deprecated Cas. These are all the former Cases, and this is the number for the aspirin in European community. This is EC number, this is ICSE number, and different types of numbers. See, there are so many. These are the synonyms, and these are the synonyms which are given by the suppliers, those who supply these these compounds to us. So these are all the names with which the aspirin is known throughout the world. So these are the chemical and physical properties: molecular weight, X log P3, hydrogen bond donor, acceptor. So all the Lipinski parameters are already written here. You can come and see these parameters before you pick this chemical compound for your further studies. And these are the experimental properties. This is the physical description of how aspirin looks, and if it is solid, liquid, or in gaseous state, its color, its odor, and likewise its boiling point. And it is also showing you the boiling point from the different databases, because as a researcher, one may submit their data in any of the databases. So the what PubChem is doing, it is bringing all the data from all the databases at one place, so that you don't have to go places in order to verify whether this is the correct answer or not. For example, let's talk about boiling point. So PubChem is telling you that the boiling point of this aspirin is 284 degree Fahrenheit, and this has been derived by these people, the one I have highlighted. So this is another website, they are quoting this. This is another website, they are quoting this. This is another website. They are quoting this. So they have brought all the information at one place. This is the information about the melting point, and these are all the databases wherein the melting point of the aspirin is recorded. So it has brought that information too on this website. Solubility from all the websites, density from every place, vapor pressure, log P, Henry law constant, stability, shelf life, decomposition, pKa, dissociation constants, collision, cross section. So these are all the information which you can find about aspirin at one place. So this is the Springer material properties. So these are all the properties which are reported in the journal papers, in specifically in this in this publisher, with this publisher Springer. So if you will click it, you will reach to the places wherein it is reported. So this is the spectral information. This is the data of NMR, and if you're interested, you can download it, compare with the one which you're working on. For example, if you have created the analogs of the aspirin, so at least for the aspirin the data can come from here, and then you can compare the graphs. You can download the graph of the at least aspirin from here, and for the conjugate of the aspirin you really have to run the instrument. And this is the NMR spectra, and this is the data from mass spec, and this is GCMS data. This is MSMS data. It is telling you all the numbers, all the details here. This is LCMS data. So this database is huge. And this database is the place for everyone from varied backgrounds. Everyone will find their data here. This is FTIR. This is ATR-IR spectra, Raman spectra, and other spectra. So these are the related records with the similar annotation. These are the related compounds with same connectivity, with same parent connectivity, with same parent, and similar compounds, similar conformers. So the PubChem has already done the entire exercise for you. So if there are any compounds which are similar in structure to either the partial structure of the aspirin or to the entire structure of the aspirin, so it has already recorded the numbers here. And now the substances. So you can see the substances by categories. So this is all in relation to the aspirin. These are Entree crosslinks. So if you will click them, you will go to NCBI database and you will find all the entries which are linked to aspirin. And then this is the database, Ingenuity pathway database. So if you will click it, you can see the pathways wherein the aspirin can work. And these are the chemical vendors which can provide you the aspirin which you are reading right now, the aspirin with the same hydrogen bond donors and with the same chemical properties. So these are the vendors which can make it available for you. And if you can see, I'm still at the number 6. So there is so much to see here. So this is the drug and the medication information. If you want to read about the drug, here is the lot of information. And this is the information of the drug from the different databases, like I said. And see, there are so many databases. So this is the data from the clinical trials. You can go through it. So if this drug is still under study in one of the clinical trials, you will always find the data here. For example, see, this drug is now used in mono, antiplatelet, and colchicine therapy, and it is in phase 4 of study, and they are recruiting the patients for this clinical trial. And if you will see, they started their work on 2nd of July this year. So it says ongoing. It is the similar one. So go down, slide down. I will find the information about its therapeutic use, drug warnings, fatal dose, maximum dose, pharmacology and biochemistry of the drug, absorption, distribution, excretion data, so ADME. So now they're talking about the use in manufacturing, identification of the aspirin and how you can identify all these things, safety and hazards. You can download the MSDS, and otherwise they have written it here also, and you can read about the toxicity of aspirin. So while if you have started working on aspirin and you are planning to make an animal model of aspirin, please go through this data once, because that is going to save you time, because all this data is already published and is known to everyone. And these are the minimum complications or minimum toxicity which is seen in general models of aspirin or wherever it is used. So these are the associated disorders and diseases linked to aspirin, and this is the literature which has been published for aspirin. And you can see that even the use of the aspirin in COVID-19 is also reported, and they have covered this paper in PubChem also. These are all the patents which are filed for aspirin. This is the place wherein you can read about the biomolecular interactions and pathways linked to aspirin. And these are the biological test results of the bioassays. See? And these are the classifications. This is the MASH tree, which is, and these are the information sources. So these are all the databases. I'll show you again. These are all the databases where you can go and seek the information about aspirin. But if you follow my advice, PubChem is enough to PubChem is enough for one particular study, because what they have done, no other database has done. They have literally brought the information about aspirin from all the databases together at this place, and they have even given us the hyperlinks to go to the other databases. So one really do not need to go anywhere. You just have to come to the database and read it. That's all. So that's all for today. I hope it was useful for you. So there are many exercises which you can do in PubChem. So let me go back. So now let's see. Let's go to draw a structure. So let's say I am planning to make a structure here. Just going to take some time to appear here. So I have created a structure here, all right, and I want to search for this structure. I want to see whether there are any other structures available which are similar to the structure I have drawn. And you would really like to do this exercise, because if you are from pharmaceutical background, and let's say you're working on a chemical, on a marketed drug, for example, let's say liver cancer, and you want to, you're planning to alter the structure of the chemical so as to make it more useful for the liver cancer again. So you would want to make analogs of the drugs, right? So let's say this is the compound marketed drug I'm interested in, and I only want to see if there are any other analogs already present, because if there are already analogs present in the market and we have vendors for them, so why don't we just buy it from there, right? What is the plan? What is the meaning of synthesizing it from the scratch? So this is why the database is very useful, because it has the information of all the vendors for any chemical which you may see here. So it says that your compound is matching to only one compound, which is ethyl benzene. That's it. That's all. Because the structure I made was the clumsy one. You have to agree. So this is how you can do. This was just to show you how it is done. So identity wise, it is only matching with one. If you will go with similarity, So it will show you multiple results. See, you can see for yourself. If you will go for only substructure match, which means I do not want to match the entire structure, I only want to match the substructure, so it is going to match the substructure. So this is how it goes. So this is how it is useful. PubChem is useful. So I'm going to cover one more video on PubChem to do some other things, and then I'll see you in that video. So this is all for today. I hope it was informative for you and you could gain from it. I'll see you again. Thanks for watching, and please like, share and subscribe.